Okay, so we are going to don sterile gloves. In the process of doing so, first and foremost, what you need to do is perform hand hygiene thoroughly, using an adequate amount of soap, I believe 3 to 5 milliliters. You want to ensure that you keep your fingertips and hand lower than your elbow, as this is the dirtiest part of you. You want to make sure that there is no runoff going down your arm and that your forearm stays clean. So in order to do that while we're washing, we want to make sure that we always keep this lower. And you're going to wash with soap vigorously for 15 seconds or more, interlacing the fingers and making sure there's lots of friction, getting your thumbs, getting the dorsal part of your hand, and making sure that also, you get your fingertips. And just a very thorough cleaning, like such. Once you're done, keeping your elbows higher than your hands, we're also going to rinse in the same fashion, making sure that it's dripping off the tips of your fingers and not backflowing onto your arm, keeping everything as clean as possible. When you're finished washing your hands, you're going to use a disposable towel, and with that towel, you'll pat your hands dry and turn off the faucet with that if it's not a censored faucet. Then you will get your sterile gloves in the package, and what you want to do is make sure that you have it on a clean and dry surface. You will then separate the packaging, making sure that you don't plop it onto the ground. So we'll open it up, and here we go. And what you can do is make sure that you're only touching the very outer portions of it. So we can get rid of this piece now. And what you want to do is, can't see it very well, only touching the outer portions here. Can't see too great. So once again, only touching these little flaps that we've got to open it up. You do not want to touch the outside of the gloves themselves, because that will contaminate them. They will no longer be considered sterile. Alright, so we've got that. And then we have 2 more flaps to open up and expose the gloves. And so here we go. Here are our gloves. And so while maintaining that barrier, we're not touching anything on the inside. I don't think this is going to be a good angle. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. We'll see if this works. Maybe like such. So what we'll do first, is we're going to make sure that we only touch inside here, the inside of the glove, and we're going to put on our dominant hand first. Oh, that's my left. Sorry. We're going to put on our dominant hand first, touching only the inside, not touching the outside. These might be a little small. I don't think I'm 6.5. Oh. And so, once again, only touching the inside. Going to get our fingers into the right spots. These are stuck. So fingers are only on the inside. Nothing should ever touch the outside. We're gonna leave it just like so. And now in doing this, we've got one sterile hand and one sterile glove left. Now, when putting on this glove, what we want to do is come from the inside of the cuff here, and we're gonna, because this is all still sterile, there we go. It's a little sticky. I want to go under here, and now we have our sterile glove. And what we're going to do is slide our hand in. Oh, goodness. And it's on backwards, but it's okay because this whole outside is clean. And there we go. You can adjust appropriately, but you just want to make sure that you are never touching the wrist. And sterile gloves. A little tight. Now that we've got our gloves on, we can perform a sterile procedure. Once again, you cannot touch anything. I can't touch my hair, I can't touch my face. And when it's time to doff our gloves, what we want to do is we can pull from the palm here. Oh my gosh, it's like suction cupped. Or we can pull from the wrist, but you want to make sure that obviously your now used gloves are not touching any exposed part of you. And we're going to just pull it away, flipping it inside out. And what I like to do is just consolidate it all into one little package. We will take it into the other hand, and with this hand we're going to go up, underneath, and all inside out. One nice package. And then throw this away accordingly into the proper reciprocal. And we will then, because gloves are actually porous, we want to make sure that after we're done, once again, we perform hand hygiene and make sure we wash off any possible contaminants that might have gotten on us, using the same procedure, washing with about 3 to 5 mils of liquid soap and vigorously scrubbing with lots of friction, getting in between the fingers, around the thumbs, nails, which should not be long in the first place. And once again, keeping arms with elbows higher than your hand and fingertips the lowest. Making sure that any runoff goes into the sink. Rinse after 15 seconds at least of vigorous scrubbing, and disposable hand towel, use that to turn off the faucet, throw it away, and you're done.